Mary's got a bag there. What's going on with you? Why'd you bring a bag? What's going on there, Mary?
If you participate in the 2024 Pub Passport.
Now stick your tongues out. Do you guys have tongue rings, or do you ever think about tongue rings, or would you get a tongue ring, or whatever it's called?
I'm old. I'm way past tongue ring age.
Like if you had kids right now that said, "Mom, I want to go get a tongue ring," what would you say?
She's way older than asking me for permission.
I know, but it's a hypothetical, Mary. Play with me here. Come on. Would you get a tongue ring? No, she wouldn't get one.
I like your sunglasses.
Yeah, me
Where'd
too.
you get those?
I love them. Where did you get them?
I mean,
The goods.
you have my
Where?
The goods. Oh, for the
okay.
goods.
I like that they have a
they have
little
everything at the
side
goods.
on them.
The goods is a hardware
It's the only
store.
place to buy Costas.
Yeah.
It is the only place to buy.
Oh yeah,
What is-
those are good.
What did those
ones.
sunglasses cost you? Like, and what is the price tag on those suckers?
I'm gonna have to sell a lot more beer this week.
Yeah. So what are they?
Yeah, they're
$100?
I think they were like $270.
$270 for a pair of sunglasses. Like, aren't you afraid you would
No,
lose
but
them?
they're a
You
good
absolutely
brand.
do not lose them when you spend $270.
Yeah.
buying sunglasses.
I had a pair of
They have a
Oakleys.
low jack
It's
on
kind
them.
of like buying a $40,000 car or $4,000 car. You always lock the $40,000
Yeah,
car.
right. I had a pair of Oakleys once. I had somebody from Nancy from Sport Tech gave me a pair of Oakleys. They were the kind of sunglasses that you had to unlock that little thingamajig back in the old days. And so she gave them to me, and I was like, I can't. I'm afraid I'm going to lose them or sit on them. I would sit on them and break them or something like that. So, but Sue, how much were your glasses, Megan?
About the same.
Now,
But I had my last pair for 5 years.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
how much were they?
About the same.
So the mayor's too good to show up to a show where you're on the show. I mean,
he
you
heard you
always
were
show
gonna-
up to his
He's
show.
doing golf cart things.
But he
Okay.
heard you were going to be here.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be around tomorrow, I guess. So I hope you don't show up tomorrow just to get back at him.
Nah, I'm
tomorrow.
not that way.
Okay. Yeah. So the mayor was Citizen of the Year for 2022. Was that the year? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think he deserved that?
Yeah,
I do
would say
too.
so.
I've been joking around, but he really
did a few things.
Yeah,
he
he
did a
did.
few things.
that was a time where there was like
And
a trend.
look at this.
Oh yeah, I forgot ours.
Shameless
I brought
plug
our-
here. She
and
just
I will
laid
say
it out.
the picture Eliza chose was epic.
Oh, that was
Which
great.
picture?
The
Of
picture of
Dan.
him with Foley
Yeah.
after
Oh,
pickleball,
yeah,
that was
yeah,
an epic
yeah.
picture.
So
That was after playing pickleball, the game that we did? Oh, I wasn't 100% sure. I was like,
those are nice awards they gave
They
out.
are
They're very
so
nice. And it
nice.
was a nice event last night. And it's nice to see everybody gathered and getting together. And Cabanas at Diamond Head is open again downstairs. The breeze that was coming through last night was so nice. And
Yep.
so everything is starting to come together a little at a time. So what's going on with the women's club?
Take it.
Mary?
Well, we're currently in our second FMB Pub Passport. which-
Please explain to people that might not know what a pub passport is, because it involves drinking, and our crowd is a crowd of drinkers. Where else are you going to go where people come to watch a dinky podcast and drink from 10 o'clock in the morning on? Right here, people at Margaritaville.
So last year after the hurricane.
Speak up, Mary. We know
God,
you're
I'm
not shy.
I'm sorry. I am shy.
Speak up.
I'm so shy. Leave me alone.
yes, so shy.
Please, this is how shy she is. I don't know what event we were out, but I must have said something that really ticked you off. She put me in a headlock so bad and started choking me out. Like, I swear I lost oxygen.
I pull the
That's-
picture up every once in a while because it's hilarious.
There's partial brain
Does it bring you
damage.
joy?
There was partial
Huh?
brain
Brings you
damage.
joy.
Yes, it
I was
does.
sucking. Do you remember why? Of course you don't remember
Because
why.
you're a man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's start with the
And
obvious.
all men are pigs. Isn't that the way it goes?
Okay, so this is our second year doing the Pub Passport. The first year we did it was as a challenge from Alex King and the King Family Foundation
There you go.
to bring people, and we did it last year from July 1st to December 31st. So this year started April 1st, and it goes to December 31st. There's 17 participating businesses. This year it's about $140 in savings. They're $25.
That's it.
And if you complete it, if you're first 500 to complete it, you get this beach bag, which
Wow.
Which is really nice.
Yeah. Who made the beach
It's a
bag? Is
good
that
size too.
this one,
People.
okay? People. There's an inside joke there that you guys don't want to
No.
share or something.
no, well, like last year we did our beach towels through Tuna Skin.
Yes.
But this was not local. This
I
was
see.
not purchased locally.
From China is why you're laughing. They're from made in China.
No, he's from Pennsylvania.
I see.
There you go.
All
He's a
right.
Pennsylvania
Okay.
guy. Yeah, see?
Well, you
everyone
don't
likes
hear that
Pennsylvania.
often. Are you
And
guys from
just so-
Pennsylvania? Nice. Are you staying here at the hotel? Very nice. I didn't recognize you. It looked like you didn't know what was going on here, right? I was kind of watching you out of the corner, and you're like, as long as you have
Yay.
drinks, right? And you're in the shade.
Yeah.
How do you like your room so far? Yes. Have you been to the pool? All right. Very nice. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming. What part of Pennsylvania are you from? Oh, Philadelphia. Yeah. The 76ers are a cheap, they play rough and they are bullies, by the way. I don't know if you're watching basketball, but Joel Embiid, that dirty player, is a very dirty player. But anyway, I didn't lose my place. What were you
I
saying?
just wanted to say though, you were talking about last year. Do you still have the towels? The towels are still available,
We
right?
still have some, and so I actually brought a few, and those are Tuna Skin brand, and they retail for $37, and we're selling them for $25. If anyone's interested,
That sounds like a loss of money.
well,
You're losing money
They
there.
gave us a wholesale cost because we
I see.
purchased a lot,
I see.
so
Good.
we're just kind of getting enough and paying for taxes.
Because
on
the
them.
women's club, like the art association in our audience here, they lost their building, which really sucks. And everybody's trying to rebuild their building, like everybody's trying to rebuild their house or rebuild their
Right.
condos or get back in whatever. So what is going on?
Well, wait, for
Okay.
those who don't know, tell us a little bit about the women's club and what they do. And it's your turn, Megan. Take it
It's
away.
my turn. Okay. Well, the primary mission of the Women's Club is really to support our other nonprofits that are on the island. And we do that mostly through two major events throughout the year, which is our Tree Festival and Putt and Pub. So a good majority of the proceeds from those two events get distributed between all the nonprofits that participate in those events. So for you nonprofits out there, start thinking about Christmas trees. So I hate to say it, but it'll be here before we know it. So yeah, that's our primary mission. And we have a building to build now. So we're going to be kicking off a capital campaign. And as lovely as a dirt parking lot is right now, we would love to put a building back on there.
And
one
how
day.
much is the building campaign going to be?
We're still working out some numbers. We've been
Roughly.
let me get there. Give me a second.
Okay.
We've been lucky enough for.
She's yelling at me, Tom.
Oh, he's like,
She's going to choke you out in a minute. And I'm going to watch in delight and take pictures.
Albert with AD Design and Jim with Ink Engineering has been really helpful in trying to help us get launched into what our building costs are going to be. And we have kind of a wish list, and we have what could we possibly do.
Mhm.
And the mayor asked me one day, he goes, well, what is your minimum? I said, well, we could have a tent. We can have a tent. We
Yeah.
can work out of a tent.
Yeah.
And he goes, Mary, what we're looking at is probably about $6 million,
Okay.
which is a big, big number.
We'll just collect checks at the end of the show
Perfect.
from our people here.
One,
I like
two,
the way you
three,
work.
This
four.
guy has a house in South Dakota he's trying to get rid of.
Okay, yeah, we'll just move it on. We
And
just
I-
need to
Yeah.
get some pilings up.
Yeah.
And part of the big thing about that is
That's a lot of money.
it's a lot of money, and a lot of people hear that now the women's club is just raising money for a building. And I just want to say, we just finished our fiscal year on March 31st. And last year we raised $470,000, and $110,000 of that went back to nonprofit organizations that participated with us.
Right.
Yeah.
And 85,000 of that went back into the community, whether it was having our awards banquet dinner here or buying our beach towels from Tuna Skin. So, I mean, we put over $200,000 back into the community right here. And so we haven't stopped what our mission is, but at $6 million at $200,000 a year,
It's going to be a few years.
we've got a few years.
And I think, tying into that mission, it's not just that we're building a building for us. This is a community space. It is space for nonprofits that do not have spaces to go to. So it's not solely just for the Women's Club to get together once a month, right?
Right.
And where it's at on the island, being mid-island, the neighborhood is really welcoming to having a building back in there. It's a community space. They love having people there. And again, we reach out to our nonprofits and we want them to be part of that space. So it's not just solely for us.
So if you guys have a decent piece of property there, is there any chance you can sell off a piece of property for a couple million and then your building's only 4 million or 3 million, or is that on the table?
We've had a couple instances where we've been approached
Yeah.
where our piece of land can get maybe added to another one. but the price per dollar that they wanted to offer us was about a third of what they were paying for the adjoining land. And we just felt like, well, that doesn't really work at this point. We're exploring other options. You know, who knew 19 months ago this is what we'd still be talking about? I mean, we really didn't. We're like, we'll be back. And we're like, holy cow, $6 million is a lot of money.
Do you think there are so many 501c3s on Fort Myers Beach? Is there any way to like get them together in a building?
Well, we do have the Alliance. So
what is that?
And some people don't realize that that's kind of umbrellaed under the Women's Club. But the Alliance is basically, they meet Mary, like at least once a quarter.
Yeah.
And it's basically all the nonprofits come together for meetings and they work together. So that Alliance is in effect and they've started meeting again. So yeah.
And when it was started long before the storm, just how do we best support all the nonprofits? So we're not doing events on the same day, or we're not all doing fashion shows, or we're not all doing whatever. And so Jan Fleming actually oversees that committee and coordinates people. But what nonprofits can do is when they are having events, it also goes on our website. We have a nonprofit calendar of events. But I think your specific question was about whether the Garden Club wants to join the Women's Club. Like, how do we join those forces? I think that's what your specific question.
It's a multi-purpose building, like a building that a group,
other people that lost land. I mean, I don't mean to get in anybody's business, but just for an example, because I know them, the Art Association lost their building.
Yep.
They have a piece of property. You have property. Is there any way to work together so everybody can get back up faster?
And I think the presidents have talked about that.
Okay.
And I think there's two different visions.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
What we've included in our wish list, if it'll happen, is that we have like 8 lockouts in our first raised level, where nonprofits would be able to maybe rent them for $5,000 a year. They have their own space. They'd be able to use our board rooms, that type of stuff. So that's in the design. If it's financially feasible, we don't know.
Yeah. All righty. So
back to the passports.
yes, let's talk about the passports. And if anyone wants to buy them here, or where can they buy them?
They go visit all the places. They have to ask for a stamp, right?
Yeah.
They have special drinks at each of the. Oh, do not touch my hair.
I forgot to announce that she got her hair done this week. I did announce it on my walk around and how fabulous it looks. And somebody just said, "Look at that beautiful hair."
Thank
It
you.
could have been
Gene.
anybody though. It could have been Megan. It could have been Mary. Well, probably not Mary, but it could have been. Well, I mean, she's got her hair in a bun. She's got a bun.
That's fair.
They
Where do you
certainly
get your
weren't
hair
talking
done,
about
Megan?
you.
What?
Where do you get your hair done?
Like every day?
No, where do you get your hair done, Mary? Megan, you're throwing me for a loop there. I mean, I didn't think that was a hard question.
Are you getting your hair done every day?
Holy crap.
She's getting
Wow.
blowouts every day.
I literally dry my hair like once a month, so it took me off guard.
Really?
Little bit. Yeah. I just go to a place off the island.
Why do women put so much time and effort into their hair?
Why are you looking at me when you ask that question?
I'm not. I'm
You're
looking-
asking the two wrong ladies here for that.
My Aunt Sylvia is like, I don't know, she's got to be 80 years old. Like she goes every week to get her hair done. But I think it's like a social thing now, where it's a New York, Long Island thing where I don't know why I got off on that tangent.
Can we talk about
because
the different?
because we're getting old,
nope.
people.
We're
We're
gonna
getting
have to
old,
wait.
and it
have
sucks
to
getting
wait a
old.
minute.
And,
Part of that is dementia.
Yes, it is. What? That's why she gets her hair done. She has dementia.
You
Schedule.
forget.
Keeping
I
a
see.
schedule.
Yeah.
All right. So where were we?
So there's
Passports.
drink
Hey,
specials.
by the way,
right?
what I
Drink
was
specials.
what I
food
was thinking is why.
specials,
Go ahead. Drink
drink
special.
specials, food specials. We've got rude shrimp. There's Junkanoo, Yucatan,
Hurricane
Tiki.
Tina's, Leaky Tiki,
Susie's.
La Ola, Wahoo Willie, Snug Harbor, Junkano Below Deck.
Did you guys hear that Tom
Cabanas.
from Waol is getting
Cabanas.
engaged?
Yes.
Well,
Oh, you
maybe
knew
it's
that?
Yeah, he
I
sent
didn't
me
know
like
that.
a picture of like their engagement dinner. I'm
Oh, he
maybe a
did?
little more
Key?
special than you.
I guess so. I
Good
mean,
luck.
holy crow! And I
And
said
Parrot Key and Nellie's.
he's getting married in Hawaii, and I came up to him after the awards were given out. By the way, we got 2 awards. He only got 1, and I said, Tom, I know you're getting married in Hawaii. I'm not going to be able to make it. He goes, well, that's okay because you wouldn't have been invited anyway. So I was like, oh, come on, Tom. I thought we were bros. Like, He's such a good guy, though. I mean, he really is
good
like
guy.
one of the nicest
He is
people
very
on the planet.
honest.
Yeah. So where were we, Megan? Get back to it. Come on.
We already read off the list. You weren't paying attention.
I'm sorry.
So they go and get a
17.
drink. They don't.
Yeah.
They can eat, but
It's
the
different.
thing
Some,
is,
some are food specials.
Some are food?
Some
Okay.
are drink I think they're all drink specials, but some have food specials.
So
Okay.
like if you go to
Yeah.
Rude Shrimp, if you
I'll
get
read.
2 cocktails, you get a free queso. And if you haven't been to Rude Shrimp to eat their queso, you're missing out on life
Oh.
because it's amazing.
So I'll read you Snug Harbors. Enjoy
Sorry, Amy.
friendly staff and grouper fresh off the boat at Snug Harbor. 1 free cocktail, beer or wine with purchase of entree, basket, or sandwich.
and then you order that and you drink it and you eat it and say, "Give me my stamp," and
And
then
they have a
you move
stamp.
on
They
to
have
the
a real
next
stamp
place.
there. They stamp it, right? Somebody already completed this, right? Who was the first
Yeah.
person that completed it? That's a drinker right
Is
there.
that Linda? Is that no?
You the first one that
You
finished
were?
her passport?
No.
Oh, I was gonna
Oh,
say.
okay. So the first lady, her name was Linda,
Linda.
and I know I know where she lives because I shipped it out to her.
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny little story, but passports when they're ordered, we actually put tracking on all of them because
Really?
when people ask where are they, we can say, well,
So there's a chip in each passport.
No,
UPS
shipping tracking.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was gonna say, holy crap.
That's pretty awesome. That's a good idea.
I know.
I might
I'm
get on that.
so opposed to government. I'm like, I'm so
That's a
afraid.
$6 million idea there too.
We're tracking the passport. They're at Rude Shrimp right now.
We're gonna need a drink after
I know.
this. Where are we getting our
Wow.
passport stamp?
So, when I guess it didn't show up for like 7 days, and then she sends an email and she's like, "Well, my passport, it's gone somewhere into Tampa."
Yeah.
And so it literally, and I said, "Well, I see exactly what you see, and if you don't want it, return it." Like I think she finished it in 15 days because
Yeah.
she was like the first person to turn
So
in her
she
passport.
went to
That's a
seven-
lot of eating
so-
and drinking.
So she went to
Super fast.
17 different
15
locations in
days.
15 days.
It was
Yeah.
quick. It was really quick,
Wow.
which
Nice.
is really
Good
impressive.
for her.
But then I got the
Is
second.
there any chance you cheated? Any
No,
chance
I
you can
looked-
cheat?
I have to. They have to turn in the passport.
And
I
it,
looked-
then they
they're
have
all-
chips in them so you can tell.
That's
There
right.
they go.
Stop
Gotcha.
telling people. The second passport came in the next day,
Yeah.
and on Friday, another couple that were getting ready to go back to Canada, they actually came to my house because I happened to have supplies,
Yeah.
and they turned in 2 of them, so they finished them, and I just got a 5th one yesterday.
Sweet.
And so so when you finish them, you send them in and it goes into a raffle.
Well, actually, as soon as you buy them, you're eligible for raffles, and our weekly raffles will start this upcoming Thursday. And the first prize is a 1-day golf rental locally from FMB Carts or Island Carts
Island
FMB.
Carts FMB.
You totally
That
screwed
guy
that up,
is-
Mary. You totally screwed her business up.
That guy is really approachable. I mean, we asked
Yeah.
and he just gave us a
Yeah.
rental.
Yeah. Are we just
Well, he is Citizen of the Year.
just for clarity
Thank you, Tim
purposes?
and
Can
Dan.
I, if I get a golf cart, can I drive it on the sidewalk? Is that okay?
Ed, please.
But
I know.
our
it's-
grand prize this year is the final drawing will be 2 trips or 2 tickets on what is it on Margaritaville at Sea.
You might have heard of them.
I might have heard of them, but there is also we have a ring that we have that's like a $300 thing. Islander
A ring,
A ring. It's
like a ring that put on your
I
finger
know
ring.
It's not for you.
I
It's fine.
see.
It's fine.
If it was a tongue ring, I'd be all in on it. The whole thing.
Do they have a gag, like a special gag that I?
For your husband.
Yeah.
It might be in the Islander bag. The Islander put
Mhm.
together a gift bag for $300. So Key West Express donated 2 round trip tickets. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be on
Oh,
a
yeah,
series
for
of
sure.
fun drawings. And
It's a great fundraiser. Now, what
Absolutely.
happened to I don't want to put you on the spot, Megan, but one of the great
But-
fundraisers that you had was the brewery thing, the beer thing.
For Lovers Key.
Yeah. Oh, that was for Lovers Key. Well, we're not. Do we have that coming up, or are you going to bring that
we-
back?
I'll speak to it just for a second because you're asking. We are going to bring back Beach and Brews in
Sweet.
some form at the park. Traditionally, we used to have it in November. The beach and the trolley service is not ready yet with
Right.
the bridges.
Mm.
Right.
So we're working with the park and we're working with our sources to possibly do it in the spring.
Sweet.
Nice.
All right. Anything else?
Back to the women's club.
Anything else you want to say about the women's club? Go right ahead.
Or the
Did I miss anything?
passports.
No, I think we did good.
Yeah, I think
And
we
so,
did
how do
good.
people get the bag?
So if you finish all the 17 stops and you can mail us the passport or you can drop it off on Mondays or Tuesdays at FMB Strong
Mhm.
and we'll
That's
process in
820 Buttonwood.
820 Buttonwood and your bag will be there on Thursday. And inside the bag too is actually kind of cool. There's koozies, there's a $20 discount for West Express, there's some flyers and so there's more value inside the beach bag.
Awesome.
And everybody that finishes get that, or everybody
First
that
500.
first 500. So
So
get
you
out there
get
quick.
to drinking.
So you still have a chance.
Who won the best hole for putt and pub? Somebody just asked that question. I don't.
I think it. Margaritaville. Oh,
Okay.
Thomas. Oh yeah,
Well,
he got the award.
Of course, the question's coming from Fins Up. They sent the question,
Yeah.
so they're trying to promote. Go! Don't you guys work? Go back to work over there. Are you watching the show over there? They're asking questions.
And how about giving her a heads up? Because she's like, who was it?
Oh, that was hilarious.
It seems like so long ago.
I know, right?
He got the award, so that's why he remembers.
But by the way,
See?
just you guys also were affected by the storm, which it was so funny. I said, Tom, we did the 6-month, Tom from Loyola, we did the 6-month anniversary at your place. We're going to do the 18-month anniversary at your place. Kind of, mix things up, the 1 year and the 2 year. And I'm like, yeah, it's been 19 months. What the hell are you talking about? We can't do the 18 months. It's already past that. I mean, it just seems like things are going so fast and stuff, but you guys were wickedly affected by the storm. You were here, or you have houses here, and you lost just as much as everybody else, and rebuilding in not only part of this, but in your homes and things like that. So how are you guys doing?
We're gonna finally have an elevator next month. So
There you go.
I think we might be at the library. Unfortunately, fortunately for us, we actually, most people that know us, we evacuated at 2:00 the morning of the storm, and we had family and friends staying at our house because we do have a newer home, and some of our other friends didn't evacuate at 2:00 in the morning
And wound up at your house.
And
Wound up at their house.
and wound up staying at our house.
Thankfully.
And how high up in your house did the water come?
I think it was about 11 feet inside, but everything below, our garage doors and everything secured, so it was actually higher outside than inside. But
Oh,
it was
wow.
coming up in our elevated front door.
And so the whole bottom floor was ruined. You had a nice bottom floor there, totally ruined.
Totally
Is it
ruined.
back to normal yet?
I think pretty close.
Good. 19 months later.
19 months. Yeah.
And you guys?
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to move back into our house in August, and it's so surreal for me when I say we only had 6 feet of water in our house. It's so
Yeah.
weird, but
Right.
we live at one of the highest points on the island, but we do have a 1-story home, so it wipes out everything in the house. But we are fortunate. We're back in our house. We still have punch list items that are going to go on for a while.
Right.
My husband doesn't get to
Just
those
make sure
too
you
quickly.
follow FEMA's rules, because for
Yes.
some reason they got to crop their ass in the last few weeks, and they just
Please.
want to screw
Yes.
everybody they can.
Follow
So
the rules.
thank you guys for coming on. Big
Thank you.
hand for our friends
Get
from
your
the Women's Club.
passports.
Thank you all.
And by the way, our 5K race is to benefit the Women's Club. So even if you're not going to run, it's only $30 to register. So it's not the end of the world. And it would be great if you could run or walk. It's a walk or a run on the beautiful beach here at Fort Myers Beach. And it's in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today. So, speaking of big money, why don't we just ask Alex King to write a $6 million check for the Women's Club? But if he can't, we're happy that he sponsors our dinky little podcast. Alex King's phone number is, and we saw Alex last night. If you were at the chamber thing last night, you would have seen it was a Hawaiian luau kind of thing, and he was up there dancing.